Hey there guys, we're taking a look at a Hat in Time running on the i5-1135G7. Now this gem of a game is currently running at 1080p with the highest possible settings, and this is what the game defaulted to. Now I defaulted to that because I have played the game before on my main PC, and that's just what the game I was running it at, and here it is very much struggling just to run the game. Look at that CPU usage. All 4 cores and 8 threads are just being really pushed to their limit, and we're just here in the hub world. I was kind of just running around because I was blown away by just how insanely bad the performance was here. I was expecting this game to perform a lot better on this CPU. I mean, the game really didn't seem to me like it was going to be a heavy game, but clearly it is really eating up that CPU. Now it doesn't do that all the time, but at the highest settings, yeah, it pretty much just does that all the time. Whether you're on the hub world or you actually load it into a map, it's really just going to be a terrible experience. I was mostly just genuinely shocked by how much I had to drop things down to try to get the performance to be playable. You know, this is currently at 1080p with the lowest possible setting, and we're getting pretty great averages for the most part. You know, we are going to be getting some pretty good performance numbers, but there will be moments where there will be stutter, and those moments where there's stutter, it can be annoying because of the fact that, you know, this is a platformer, and having just stutter happen in the middle of a jump can be annoying, but it's not as frequent at the lowest settings possible than you would, you know, expect at the highest settings. You can drop things down to 720p to improve performance overall, but I felt comfortable enough playing the game like this. One thing I do want to note though is that you see that the CPU usage was low there, but here you'll see that it's actually at 100% usage. So it really depends on the area that you're going to be in on whether or not the performance is going to be good or not. And really, it's just not going to affect the gameplay too much here. I mean, the averages look fine. The 1% lows though did take kind of a hit there, but overall the experience isn't too bad. I think if you really want to play this game, you can get away with playing it perfectly fine here. It just surprised me so much while playing that this interior area was just so demanding that it was just eating up all of the CPU, and it's not something running in the background that's causing that. I checked because I was blown away by how much of the CPU this game was actually using. Overall though, I say that the game is pretty playable here, especially if you're willing to drop down to 720p, but personally I played it mostly just at 1080p, and the performance was pretty passable for me. I didn't really feel like I needed to adjust it too much. This was pretty much about as bad as it got. Everything past this was perfectly fine. I was expecting it to level out. Like, I was running around here just kind of trying to like force the game to like eventually stop using so much CPU. Maybe it was like loading things in the background or something, but no, it just didn't happen. So I just moved forward, and like it blew my mind that it would perform this bad at the lowest possible settings. But overall though, I would say if you want to play it at 1080p, you can at the lowest settings, but dropping down to 720p is probably your best bet. But anyways, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.